there's this topic I've been seeing a lot in just maybe YouTube for indie dev, or even maybe just somewhere like Reddit. But I see it a lot, and maybe part of it is clickbaiting people, but it's always these videos or comments or whatever it might be. I took 3 years creating my dream game and, still not done or something crazy. And it just got me thinking, like, when I tried my dream game and it was not even close to what was a good game or really my dream game. So this kind of goes along with how people say don't make something big or too big. So it's kind of the same idea, but in general, I think of it as you don't want to waste your time making a dream game if it's not going to become anything, or it's not going to be any better than your dream game that already exists. Because in reality, your dream game probably does already exist. There might be multiple games that are your dream game already. For me, it's been Doom 2016, and then also Doom Eternal, and then also Severed Steel is kind of the other aspect of that dream game where with destructible environments, kind of crazy stunts, and some slow-mo stuff, just really fun. And you kind of put that together, it's like I can't make something better than those. I know I can't. I'm a programmer. I already can't do any better in the graphics department. That's already gone. So I'm already worse there. I probably don't have all the time and effort that those studios put into it. So you got to keep that in mind. This is a huge team of people. Maybe Severed Steel wasn't huge, but this is a big team of people that probably have way more experience than you, that know what they're doing, and people can focus on just one aspect of it, whether that be just graphics or just coding. And if you're doing that alone, you might be able to do it. It's going to take you forever. It's just going to take a long time. And so that's kind of another thing, like your dream game, it's going to take a long time to actually create it. Like I said earlier, there's people, they put these YouTube videos up, it's 3+ years already. And they're not even done? I mean, 2+ years is crazy. Over a year and a half, which is essentially what I wasted on a game I was trying to make. That's a lot. It's probably your time is probably better spent making games that are smaller, maybe not your dream game, but they have less scope, and you want to actually be able to release something in the future. So that's kind of why you want to make something smaller, obviously. And so, like right now, I am currently making a horror game. It's not my dream horror game. I've played Evil Within, which is pretty much my dream horror game, and there's some others that kind of are there as well, but I can't make Evil Within. I will not have the skills to ever make 3D models that good. And frankly, I don't really want to, because I don't really enjoy 3D modeling that much. It's something I want to do a little bit of, but it's not something I want to spend 4 years on. It's just not. I like programming. I want to program. But that's kind of my point of saying I'm making a much smaller, simpler 2D top-down horror game, not an expansive, linear experience with crazy awesome monsters. I mean, you just got to look at some of these monsters in Evil Within. I can't model this. I mean, this is a professional whose entire life has been spent modeling and perfecting this craft. That's not me. I don't want to even be that. And so, depends on how much time I'm going to put into this. I made another crappy game. Well, I made a crappy game. I think it's crappy. It pretty much is. It's very simplistic, but it's like a game about making like a power plant, generating power with steam. And that's not my dream game of that version. My dream game of that already exists. It's Factorio and a bunch of Minecraft mods. But the point is, I had a ton of fun making this game that I guess is overall kind of crappy. And I wanted to do it. So I got it done in 3 months. That's pretty good versus spending 4 years or 3 years or 10 years on a dream game that is crappy. So there's a lot of other things, maybe instead of taking all this time to make 3D models, maybe you can just spend time buying assets or hiring people, whatever you want to do. well, how much effort are you really going to be putting into this? Game dev, if you're going to be spending a lot of money on assets and stuff, that really is going to add up. You know, it's different when you also got to even just think about marketing. You're probably not going to beat out the marketing that these massive companies have. You have to think, like, how much are you really going to do? Don't spend money expecting something when you're probably going to just end up losing money. And so I don't want this to all really come off as negative. I just wanted this to be like a quick little thinking, I guess, or podcast, whatever you want to think of it. 5 minutes. We're already over 5 minutes though. But the idea is to be realistic about what you do. This is something that I see all the time in YouTube videos. It's always people saying, be realistic, or even on posts online, be realistic about your expectations, especially for your first game or whatever it is. And that's so true, not only from the experience that I've had, but I think from what other people say. You want to make more games with a smaller scope, and then you want to make those games really good. So you can always change your dream game into a smaller game, or take aspects of that and make that into several different games. And I think that just leads to a little more success. You can actually release something instead of spending 2 years on something that you throw away. And yeah, it's just a lot more realistic, and you can actually achieve more during that time. And so thanks for watching. I've been developing an Agonized Mind, and this is that horror game that it's not my dream game. It's a game I'm having a ton of fun with. I mean, it's obviously not my dream game. Look at the crappy graphics. But that's easier for me to do. I'm a single developer. I'm not an artist. I like to program, but this is how I can get something done without spending tons and tons of money having an artist, and I can just simply draw things when I need them. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about just not making your dream game. And I don't want to say, like, don't make a dream game. I want to say make smaller dream games. Thanks for watching.